Welcome back to Coca-Cola Coliseum, which was, of course, the site of the first ever playoff game in PWHL history. We have the same two teams kicking off the 2025 edition.
Staying with the hot hand of Nicole Hensley, coming off 2 straight must-wins to get into the playoffs. The Lakewood, Colorado native had the Game 1 start last year against Toronto. Meanwhile, soup's on for the Sceptres. Campbell started all 5 games in last year's semifinal, earning the first 2 shutouts in PWHL history. Let's see what unfolds tonight. Game 1, once again inside Coca-Cola Coliseum, where the PWHL launched its very first playoff game. The crowd already into it, cheering on the Sceptres. The hype was real. Crowd calling for the Walter Cup, but playing the reigning Walter Cup champions, the Minnesota Frost. Solid defensive zone draw win. Daniel puts it down, as mentioned, making her debut. In fact, 11 Sceptres players are new to the roster this postseason, including a number of players who played for the Ottawa Charge. At the point, Steckline, Kava, back to Steckline with a distant shot and a save by Campbell. Steckline's been on fire lately. Another shot, that one skins just wide. Coyne Schofield, fresh off scoring her first career power play goal. Saturday was a big win, 8-1 over Boston for Minnesota. Minnesota, a hot team in the first 5 minutes. They scored the most first period goals as well. Turnbull drives towards the net, looking to go 5-hole. Hensley does all she can to keep the puck out of the net. The Sceptres know they need to play smart in the neutral zone. Head coach Troy Ryan saying this series will be won and lost in the neutral zone. Out comes the Frost as they look to chase it down in the Sceptres zone. Allie Monroe, newly appointed assistant captain, wearing the A. Had that before the regular season finale Saturday against Ottawa. Of course, Toronto coming off of a loss, while Minnesota coming off the largest margin of victory. But Spooner can't hold. She was making a quick move. Spooner opened up all PWHL playoff scoring last year.
It looked like she had Batherson beat as she tried to cut back in, toe drag back inside. And that's just a beauty of a move.
Still looking for her first playoff goal. Cross-ice feed from Gosling, making her debut fast. Turns it back. Gosling below the goal line, can't get to it. Emma Woods comes in. Now Harmon. Far point, high shot. Quick touch in front, fast. Trying to deliver, holds on. Another shot towards Hensley. Pressure at both ends early. Gosling keeps it in the zone. Woods just out of reach. Curl comes in. What a collision. Takes the punishment. Stays on the ice. Curl now.
Well, Gosling's a big body, and now she's getting into it in front of the bench as well with Petrie.
Watch out, Claire Thompson, one of the league's leading defenders. In fact, one of the top 3 on the ice in this game between Renata Fast, Thompson, Jakes. Steckline, of course, on a 2-game goal streak.
Well, Minnesota's scary from the back end. They can produce a lot of offense. They lead the league points and goals by defenders.
By a large margin. Now Watts trying to create something with Daniel through the legs of Monroe, and she goes back as Sheppers holds it at the hash marks, drops it down, goes for the change. Staying up is Kava from Thunder Bay, Ontario, loves to play in her home province. Had herself a great final series. Now Jakes looking for support. Channel Watkins looking back. Hensley will play.
Oh, you're going to see that a lot as well as Sophie Jakes activating in the offense. She gets a point shot through, but she's not scared to jump in.
4 minutes down, and Jakes trying to cut through the neutral zone. Can't find a path now. Jessie Comfort looking up. And she keeps it. Goes in for the chase to the near corner. Anna Shelbean tries to send it down, but out comes Coyne Schofield.
Well, it's Blair Turnbull on that shift, driving the net, trying to create space. She's been using her speed a lot already in just 4.5 minutes.
Turnbull looking back. Spooner getting to work below the goal line once more. Maggie Connors as well coming in. Gonna work it off the wall from Zumwinkle. Toronto on the attack. Keeps the pressure down low is Malte. The Frost have Steckline. Good cross-ice feed out to Grace Zumwinkle fast. Collects it first. Short pass to Malte.
That's a nice breakout pass. Just that little touch to the middle of the ice to open things up. Malte coming down for some really good support through the middle of the ice.
On a turnover, gives Izzy Daniel some room. Daniel comes in! Denied! But what a look for the rookie.
On Izzy Daniel, who's played up and down the lineup this year, back up on that top line with Sarah Nurse and Daryl Watts.
Great energy to start game one. Both these teams, they felt ready about 2 hours ago, Becky. You're seeing that here back and forth. Energy inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Turnbull wins the draw. Shelbean at the point. Brings it around. Miller far side. Can't hold Carter now. Shisheva trying to put on speed. Lane cut off by Comfort. Toronto regrouping, looking for that space on the near side. The quick chip Turnbull as she springs up. Now Miller on the far side. She's hit along the boards by Jakes. Sophie Jakes, a Toronto native. Taylor Heisey.
Wouldn't Toronto love to get Miller going again?
10-game goal drought, now fast. The quick play to Spooner, out this time to Connors. She battles along with Channel Watkins. Malte out of reach as Coyne Schofield gets in the way and under. Quick stick by Harmon for the turnover in the neutral zone as she takes a hit.
Well, she looked like she was just waiting for that cross-ice pass.
And from the point once more, Harmon stays with it. Heisey manages to take the puck away. Now Flanagan setting up in the neutral zone with a shot. Turned aside by Hensley, got a piece of it. Sceptres leading in shots on goal early here, 5-1. Still scoreless. Energetic pace here to start. Flanagan out this time to Haley Scamora, also making her playoff debut, was with the Charge. Last year they did not make the playoffs. They will take on Montreal in that semifinal tomorrow. Monroe sends it down. Hensley plays it. Out quick to Steckline. She'll just put it far corner. In comes Grace Zumwinkle. Shelbean. Steady defense. Now along the boards. Far side. Here are the sticks. Brooke McQuigg as well, trying to push the puck up. Carter looking back to Watts this time. Nurse coming in. Tries to clear Jakes. Can't do it. Zumwinkle waits. Saved by Campbell. In comes the chance of soup as we head to the break. Scoreless, but a good chance by Izzy Daniel. In their own end, Toronto comes away with the draw, but Flanagan trying to find some space. Denise Shisheva on it. In comes Thompson, shoots in the glove. No, it's loose, another chance, backhand, another. Shisheva trying to bury a third rebound opportunity. From distance, it's up high. Now come the Sceptres once more, but still in their own end. Harmon up to Miller this time. Miller to Turnbull through the middle. Fans on it. Takes control once more, looks for another option. Harmon trying to hold the line. Sends it back, quick change for the Sceptres, but Coyne Schofield puts it far side. Cava trying to get to work along the wall. Now Maggie Connors. She stops short, puts it towards the net. Spooner down low with a quick touch. Channel Watkins in a hard rim. Coyne Schofield finds it along the near wall this time. Digging in, Maggie Connors in the blue and gold. of that pressure, and now Spooner getting to work. Early board battles in this game, still looking for a first goal. Nicole Hensley watching from her crease.
Well, certainly chances at either end of the ice. You never know how the start of these games are going to go.
Shelby through traffic, blocked clean by Jakes.
Connors with a nice little pop play on that as well to bring that puck out and get it up top to the point.
Bookbinder looking up, trying to find a way out. Has Sceptres with her. Sceptres on the puck in the Toronto zone. Pressure from Shelby and Kluge. Carter slows down the path behind the goal. Laura Kluge, first German-born forward, playing in the playoffs. Now Batherson, she looks back. Support from Himlarova coming off, scoring her first career goal in that final regular season game. And that gives Laura Kluge some space. Kluge shoots, blocked. Walks looking to collect. Sceptres lay it down. Daniel comes in. Quick pass to Monroe. Monroe takes it to the near side. Chips it down for Watts. Pair of number 9s battling Batherson in the mix in white. A loose puck at the far circle. Daniel and Watts getting to work. Watts, check that Daniel once more. Now Watts shoots. Flanagan from the blue line. Some extended time here. Minnesota able to thwart the waves, but getting a partial change for Toronto here. Comfer out. Puck still alive. Jesse Comfer on the far side takes it around. Looks for another way. With a shot in the glove, Hensley makes the save. Plenty of action, end to end, but still scoreless. 8.5 left in the first period. Laura Kluge, but a big block by Bookbinder. Toronto regains control as well from that fast with a quick shot, looking for a tip in from Miller. Turnbull, in pursuit of the puck, has it once more, dropped off that time for Harmon. Comfort, pressed up by Thompson. Turnbull getting to work. Back behind the net of Nicole Hensley. Rowdy crowd cheering on this board battle. Puck comes out. In comes Turnbull. She scores! Toronto with the first goal of the PWHL playoffs, courtesy of their captain.
When you make some line changes and you get some good chemistry right away. This is a board battle that Toronto won, but you key in on Hannah Miller, and she's out front of the net, constantly moving, waiting in the weeds, reading the play, until she gets open, comes in, and she's able to help, fires it back to Comfort. Turnbull beats her player off the boards. Comfort gives that puck back. So that is just a really nice line goal, reading off of one another and getting that puck movement out front. Turnbull with the opening goal.
Perfect on the face-off to keep the puck in the Minnesota zone, and the first goal of the playoffs goes to Blair Turnbull, her third playoff goal. The last time she scored in the postseason was Game 1 against Minnesota in this very barn. She had 2 back-to-back. Now the Frost looking to respond quick. Dominique Petrie, strong rookie forward for this team, and a quick shot through traffic, looking for a wraparound, kept out. Shishova can't get on it. Connors cleans up, takes the puck out.
Britta Crow with the wraparound chance, and you're going to go to someone to infuse some energy. She's a player you go to, whether it be a scoring chance or a big hit, and she's given something to this team all year.
Well, she's had 2 goals in this very building during the regular season. Her first time in Toronto was a big game for Crow, open scoring and grabbed the game winner. That was the first time Toronto has open scoring against Minnesota in this campaign. Of course, this is the playoffs, but they were unable to do it in the regular season. Woods to Scamora.
The fourth line for Minnesota throwing some pressure of their own, and Toronto's had some good success when they've transitioned really quickly. That fourth line got in 2 players on the forecheck, so you don't want to turn the puck back too often if you're the Toronto D. You know you're going to be facing that.
A good sign, too, for the Sceptres was an even-strength goal. The team with the fewest even-strength goals through the regular season, while Minnesota has the most by 20. We have a penalty on the way. It'll be a power play for the Sceptres when they get there. So Campbell off to the bench. And there's the whistle. Right now, Brooke McQuigg trying to keep it down low, and a good clear for the Frost.
Well, the Frost win that face-off. Once again, Kelly Panic out on the ice to win the draw. Face-off win is huge to get the line change.
Not a fast with 13 power play points this season. Comes in with the shot off the pad. A good look.
Well, she just goes coast to coast right through the middle and gets a nice shot off.
Found all kinds of space through the middle still. Plenty of time here on this power play. First of the playoffs, Carter. The far side for Harmon. Harmon and Carter getting to work. Malte sends it down. Nurse looking back. Takes some punishment. Short-handed. Britta Curl coming out. A good hit by Carter. Gets the puck back. Of course, Minnesota coming off of their first jailbreak goal scored this season. It's Claire Thompson on an empty netter. Late in the game against Boston. Now Nurse. Cross to Harmon. From the circle shoots. Kept out by Hensley. What a save. Now Harmon once more. Feeds it to Nurse. With a shot, another chance. Stopped not once but twice. Hensley sitting on the crease. There's the whistle. Everything changes, can change in the postseason, that's for sure. These two teams, there were no power play goals scored in last year's postseason semifinal up until Game 5, when Minnesota scored twice.
Well, that's when Taylor Heisey came alive as well, and she'd been a little sleepy throughout the first part of playoffs.
Now Flanagan to Monroe. 3 shots on that power play for Toronto. A good penalty kill for Minnesota. Comfort can't hold. Coyne with a quick touch. Carter. Crisp and precise is Megan Carter. Solid, and Kelly Panic, of course, coming off a strong showing at the Women's Worlds.
She had a fantastic World Championship, and you wonder if that's going to just start to spark some of her offense.
Flanagan sends it right back. Shots now 12-5. 3:40 left in the first period. Harmon sends it down. Watts in front. Just out of reach for Daniel. Daniel right where she needs to be, fast. Her shot steered aside. Mae Batherson got a touch. Now Brooke McQuigg. Another strong rookie scorer for the Frost.
A smart play, Izzy Daniel, just to touch that puck, get a touch on it, let it go all the way down the ice.
Thompson setting up the rush. Petrie to Shisheva. Kept to the far side by Monroe. Curl cuts in. Britta Curl plays it out, and just off timing, but good look to dish it out to Petrie.
Well, Britta Curl puts herself in a good spot to get that little touch pass, so that it's a nice quick little pass off the boards, little bump, and then she can walk to the net.
Dominic Petrie shielding. Can't stave off Woods. Woods, of course, a former New York Siren, so was eliminated from playoffs last year. Gets her first taste of the postseason with the Sceptres. Flanagan. Now Gosling trying to get it out. Jakes. Her point shot blocked. Haley Scamora. Some quick thinking. And Thompson and Jakes. Setting up Sceptres this time. 2 minutes to go. Sceptres Throws it sharp angle. Has Katie Knoll on the doorstep too. Quick slap shot by Jakes once more. Now Connors takes it around. It's Minnesota looking to set up shop here in the offensive zone. Katie Knoll with a quick stick. Back out now. Thompson comes in. Thompson, her shot block taken down. Carter back into the neutral zone.
Carter and Shelbin just backed off the line a little bit. It was a good gap, Carter, but then they both backed in and allowed Thompson to walk in and get that shot. Carter with a nice block. But you want to initiate that gap right away and not give up the line and give the zone so quickly.
What a start to this series. Been so solid. And Kendall Coyne-Schofield has a lane to the net. Fast is there first. We knew we'd see that race plenty of times, and that will certainly not be the last time. Now Jakes through traffic just wide. My goodness, Jakes has had some looks. She's trying to set up. No one-timer there. Out to Channel Watkins. Down to the goal line, Cava. She's sent to the boards. Channel. Cross. Jakes this time once more, just wide. On the short side that time, Jakes hungry for a goal. Her pass picked off. Spooner just sends it down.
Well, Minnesota's come to life over the last few shifts, and they are dominating right now.
Well, the buzzer's looming. 22 seconds to go here in the first period. Can they tie things up? The team dominant in scoring in the opening frame. Now trailing. Monroe. Out to Thompson. Thompson shoots. Blocked in front by Turnbull. Thompson once more. Tries to put the shot on net. And the Sceptres head into the first intermission of the PWHL playoffs with a 1-goal lead. It's a warm day, though, in Toronto. We'll see how Minnesota holds, but both teams coming in with great energy to start the first period now. Here in the second, Nurse takes it cross ice and a quick one-timer. Hensley gets a piece of it. Now Zumwinkle wants to clear it out the zone. You talk about speed, Becky. That was the focus for Toronto, but that's such a weapon for Minnesota as well.
Well, absolutely. Both of these teams are fast teams. Now, this is the first opportunity off the second period, and you've got 3 players attacking the net. So, again, you're bringing that speed, but that net drive as well, which opens up the shot for Renata Fast.
Nurse at the dot. Wins it for the Sceptres. Daniel to Flanagan. Back behind the nets is Daryl Watts. That's, of course, in her playoff debut. Brooke McQuigg. And Zumwinkle trying to bat at it. Again, coming off a 3-assist game Saturday is Zumwinkle.
Oh, that's huge for her. There's a player that if they could get her going offensively this season could make a real difference.
And she battled injury, so missed a number of games throughout the regular season. And we've seen that with a number of players in this league just coming back and needing some time. Fast, down low, gets there before curl. Back behind the net. Quick up high that time. It's Heisey working down low. Now Thompson getting swarmed by the Sceptres. Turnbull in the mix with Harmon. Puck pops up. Heisey stopped short to the far side. Steckline, patient. Tries to play it down for Coyne-Schofield and Heisey. Steckline in the neutral zone. Looking to send it back. They had that sustained time in the Toronto end. Now Turnbull once more looking for a way in. Takes the stick out of the hand of Thompson.
Well, give her any space right now, and she's taking it.
And Carter trying to get ahead. Out comes Shisheva. Megan Carter cuts off her lane. Now Petrie. Two of them getting to work for the Frost. Looking to tie this game early in the second. Now Malte comes out. These two teams have scored an even number of second period and even number of third period goals against the other throughout the season series. It was really the lopsided first period goals that favored the Frost. Now Jakes to Petrie. Michelle Bean has to come in. Malte over to Spooner. Natalie Spooner looks to go around. Can't get in front of Jakes. Scamora keeps it to the outside. Press to the perimeter. Gosling as well. Petrie looking to shake off Scamora. Can't. There's that aggressive forecheck. Woods comes in. Trying to hold the line is Monroe. Now Scamora. Crowd wanting a call. Woods. Her pass taken away by Curl. Back out once more, Emma Woods. Can't quite reach. Shannon Watkins handles that for Minnesota.
A great shift for Haley Scamora, playing down on the fourth line, but she was a beast on the forecheck. Turned the puck back over in the neutral zone, got it back in deep for the next line to come on and attack.
Part of that big blockbuster trade just before the New Year. Nurse holds on, loses it in the slot. Harmon chases the puck down the far corner. Sheppers gets to work. Harmon this time, but got a penalty. Minnesota 4 for 17 against the Sceptres through the regular season series.
Sarah Nurse with some really good communication right there with Savannah Harmon. As Nurse goes in to engage in the battle, Harmon pops out.
Cava can't hold her position out. She comes fast, floats it in, but it's loose. Steckline sends it across. Now Heisey walking in. Steckline once more. Out this time to Thompson. Thompson looking for space. Still pressure to the outside. Steckline. Heisey now. The wind-up shot, and Campbell locked in on that one. Out to Jakes. Cross one-timer, Zumwinkle. Zumwinkle sends it back across the point, but forced to the neutral zone. Panic.
Kelly Panic with another face-off win, that clean win.
So consistent. Her veteran presence felt in so many ways, not just on the score sheet. Jakes to Coyne Schofield. And Schofield. Now Jakes once more, putting on the speed. Can't get around Monroe.
Monroe with a couple of nice one-on-ones on that sequence.
33 seconds remaining. Minnesota's first power play of the playoffs. Panic, cross-ice feed to Coyne Schofield. Return to sender from Savannah Harmon as Emma Malte comes in. Minnesota has allowed 2 jailbreaks and both have been on the road this season. Cross ice now, Steckline to Thompson in front. Curl was there. Cava takes it back out. 2 seconds remaining with a 5-on-4. Heisey walks it in, plays it back for Steckline. Quick stick by Renata, fast.
That's just a great read. Fast read that coming, and she jumped to intercept that pass.
One shot on that power play for Minnesota. Big opportunity there to tie the game. Now another shot as Nurse just misses Hensley. My goodness, reaches to cover. So while Nurse had a quick look there, it was Renata Fast, quick thinking on the penalty kill to shake up that opportunity. Still a 1-goal lead. It was hard to score last year against Minnesota. Minnesota was shut out in the first 2 games, and then Toronto shut out games 3 and 4. Darryl Watts with the moves comes in, popped up, and Daniel gets it up to Flanagan, shoots just wide once more. Now Monroe back down to Watts, likes working below the goal line. Back up Monroe, up high. way through traffic, kept out, another chance in front, digging for it. Hensley has faced 15 shots so far, while just 8 the other way for Campbell. Fast in front of Dwayne Schofield. Takes the hit. Of course, Fast leading the league with 63 hits. Now Miller setting up, looking for comfort down low. Can't connect to Hensley. Thinks she has it, but the puck is loose over there. Active puck on the stick of her teammate. That's good news for Hensley as Harmon comes in. Is high once more. Bizarre miscommunication there. Now Julia Gosling comes in. Step up, shoot, she scores! First of the playoffs for Julia Gosling, extending Toronto's lead to 2.
Well, Julia Gosling can be so good when she gets in tight. This is another situation where Toronto's just piggybacking one good shift off of another. Looked like Jessie Comfer was going to have one earlier. Another turnover, and Toronto attacks. They had just come off the bench. Julia Gosling gets one shot, picks up her own rebound, goes off the defender's shin pads, picks it up, fires again. This time she's able to get it through to beat Hensley. So again, some really good shifts, one after another.
Gosling, the first rookie to score in the PWHL playoffs. A big one for the product from London, Ontario. Drafted 6th overall. Extending that lead. Monroe off the glass. Check line to Thompson. Now Katie Knoll coming in. Floats it through, and it's just high, but Sceptres. My goodness. Right in the slot. Now Thompson keeps it herself. Plays it below the goal line. Draws the Sceptres her way. Connors takes away her path. Another board battle, this time Sceptres and Connors trying to retrieve. Out comes Malte. Flanagan to Spooner. Back in the neutral zone.
Minnesota looking for another unlikely hero. Their fourth line has been good in this game, and they get that chance, their best chance of the period.
Sarah Nurse. And Zumwinkle gets it to the point, across now. Jakes steps up, there's the shot and the rebound. Another save by Campbell. My goodness, the puck stays out. Some good screens for Minnesota. They stay in the zone. Pass picked off, nearly taken away by Nurse, but we have a penalty. Toronto getting to work now. Second power play of the game, brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. Both their goals have come at even strength, but this is the best power play in the league this regular season. Miller to Fast, kept out. Blocked in front, now Zumwinkle trying to make a break for it for a jailbreak. Miller gets it back, Gosling scores! On the power play! Toronto up 3-0.
Up the game, Julia Gosling, the rookie with her second goal in short order. You know, when it comes to power play, a big part of it is your puck recovery. Looks like Toronto has lost this puck. They converge quickly, recover it, and then they get this opportunity. Julia Gosling has been deadly on the power play for this team this season. And Toronto loses it not once but twice. They get it back. They get opportunity, they lose it again, they get it back, they get opportunity, and so it's about that recovery, that tenaciousness and getting on pucks to give them these opportunities, these chances. Renata Fast, nice shot right there, and then there it is. Looks like Minnesota is out of the zone. Toronto gets on it.
Unassisted at even strength, but a great team effort on the power play. And how about this? It's been 77 days since Gosling last scored. Well, we can reset that here in the playoffs. What a showing in her debut. Monroe towards Hensley once more. Malte looking back now. The crowd seems to be in a frenzy here. Hannah Miller picking up her second assist of the game as well. She helped out on the Sceptres first in the first period. It took Minnesota to game 3 of the semifinal last year to get a goal and get a win in the series that they ultimately won out. First team to reverse sweep in the PWHL. Now, fast. Looking back. And that'll be an icing. Bookbinder trying to find some space. Daniel back now to Watts. Watts looking to get in on the fun. Toronto with 2 second period goals so far. And Michaela Cava breaks through. Comes in. Denied by Campbell. Michaela Cava. The free lane to the net. Now Monroe picked up an assist on the Gosling power play goal. Jakes takes it out at the 3-on-2 here. Katie Knoll shoots, kept out. Knoll, a rookie with the Frost this season.
Another big save for Kristen Campbell, and that's just a textbook 3-on-2. Minnesota executes to Knoll.
Now, quick shot by Knoll, stopped, and it has been a struggle for Campbell against Minnesota this year. And certainly not been easy, but so far standing tall right now. Toronto up 3-0. Despite chances like this, Michaela Cava coming in, denied by Campbell. Just a minute 55 apart, and first goals against Minnesota as well for Gosling. She had 2 assists against the Frost through the regular season. Under 8 minutes here in the middle frame, and we know Minnesota can score, and they can score in bunches. Looking to break through here. First to get out of their own zone, though. Comfort looks for the feed, and just out of reach of Miller. Clara Himlerova pushed off the puck by Fast.
What a great job. Renata Fast comes from the opposite side. She gets a beat on that, gaps up, and creates that turnover.
Talked about the best having to be the best. We've seen some solid leadership from Minnesota. Kelly Panic, Coyne Schofield, Jakes. A young leader on that team, but Renata Fast as well for the Sceptres. Megan Carter, of course, making her PWHL debut in the battle on Bay Street in front of more than 19,000 fans after dealing with an injury to start her season. In front, Hensley with the save. Carter feeds it down along the boards. Natalie Bookbinder getting after it. Batherson to Panic. She carries it up, just out of reach once more. Bookbinder, a player they missed when she was out a few games for injury as well during the season. Daryl Watts. Thompson to Heisey. Now Steckline through traffic up high into the netting. One of the inaugural signed free agents gets the puck from the draw to Thompson. Back to the point. Now Heisey in the circle, turns it back to Steckline. Out to Thompson, shoots, kick save, they score! Minnesota on the board, first of the playoffs for the Frost.
Well, and exactly what they've been looking for throughout the course of this power play. Britta Curl just parks herself out front. She's gotten a touch on a couple of pucks, but she finds this one. Minnesota just works it around up top. They're just looking for that shot lane. She does a really nice job. Make sure she's at the top of the crease. You're not interfering with the goaltender. Presents that stick. Make sure she's got the target. And then that shot comes through. You try to get the tip on, and then you got to turn right away to find the rebounds. Exactly what she does. Immediately turns, finds that on her forehand, and she beats Campbell to get her team on the board. That's a huge goal for Minnesota.
Right on cue for Britta Curl, who scored her first 2 career goals in this building, now gets her first playoff goal inside Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Another player that's been really good against Toronto. Now, these two teams, they had some high-scoring affairs, so Minnesota put up 20 goals in that season series. A number of players that have put up some points against Toronto.
As mentioned, that one goes right into the Minnesota bench, but as mentioned, this is a Frost team. They can put up goals quick. Now just down 2 after Britta Curl was able to bury it on the power play for Minnesota.
Minnesota goal, her first of the playoffs, scored on the power play number 77, Britta Curl's
Flanagan looking back. Frost fans get a chance to see their team in action again, guaranteed in a Game 3. Sunday, playoff hockey coming to the XL Energy Center. Connors, the puck up and taken out. Curl just lays that hit. Last time it was 5-on-4. Gosling got a quick goal. Darryl Watts with an eye for Miller. Miller looking for a way in, back to Flanagan. She takes it up to the high slot. Miller trying to shake off Zumwinkle.
Zumwinkle, a good read on that.
Flanagan, plenty of patience here now. Watts once more. She comes in, drops it off for Miller. Quick pass, Spooner. Toronto holds the zone. Fast back out. Gets the puck back from Comfort. Out to Watts this time. Watts comes in high slot, gloved once more. Along the wall once more. Toronto with the advantage. 4:20 to go. Stopped up on the half wall. Now Fast feeds it down. Back to the point. Renata Fast to Watts this time. Down to Miller. Trying to cut through for Gosling. Gets it to Comfort. Comfort creating some room. The pass to Fast in front once more. Looking for the tip in is 88. Malte from the point. Out to Fast this time. Fast with a little feed down low. Comfort loses an edge. Flanagan composed. In they come. Hard off the pad. Malte with a shot. Stopped up by Heisey. Sticks getting all tied up. Malte once more to Nurse. Nurse to Carter. Now Flanagan. She turns back. Under 3 minutes now. Flanagan shoots. Hensley with the save. Malte along the left side. Trying to find space at the circle. Flanagan. Shrinking the zone. Now back up to Carter. Flanagan shoots. Trying to set up. Off the side, Spooner. Hanging out net front as well. More towards the back of the goal line. A good clear, first good clear for the Frost in this 5-minute major. But time winding down now, as there's 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining.
Well, the mandate of that second unit must be give the first unit a rest and get off. That was pretty quick shift.
Miller, 2 assists in this game already. Now Gosling, eyeing a third goal. Fast, working from the point. Gets the bodies in front. Now Watts comes in. Out to Miller. Patient, holds. Quick time. Comfort was looking for a way past Hensley. Couldn't find it. 5-minute major assessed to Britta Curl. She's gone from the game. In comes the Sceptres. Kept out, kept alive by Watts. With the silky mitts now. Channel Watkins lays a good hit. Gets the puck down.
Daryl Watts just looking for that bad angle shot to see if she can catch Hensley.
Well, Zumwinkel's short-handed. That would certainly be a boost for Minnesota. If they can cut down Toronto's lead while killing this 5-minute major. Steckline with an assist as well already in this game. Helps out on the power play goal for Curl. Miller looking for Nurse. She settles it down. We're approaching the final minute of this player advantage. Fast turns back as Coyne Schofield with the pressure, but that gives Sceptres room to come in. Flanagan, now 45 seconds to go here. Flanagan trying to set something up for the Sceptres. She's forced to the near side once more. Connors gets around Steckline. Thompson comes in. We're in the final minute of the period as well. 30 seconds remaining, 5-on-4 for Toronto. Can they make it count? You can hear the communication loud on the ice. Connors, Spooner. A wall battle that favors the Frost as 12 seconds now remain on the power play. And Taylor Heisey comes in quick to get the clear. Carter in the neutral zone. Connors, there were 7 shots on that 5-minute power play for the Sceptres. Toronto out shooting Minnesota by 10 shots right now. And Steckline was just sitting on it. There's a whistle. 2 goals by the Sceptres. Now looking for a buzzer beater. Monroe through traffic. Stopped short, so it's sent all the way down. A 3-1 lead for Toronto. Back-to-back goals by Julia Gosling. It's a 3-1 lead for the Sceptres. Game 1 for Minnesota. Just in time for playoffs. Nicole Hensley plays the puck as Toronto gets it deep into Minnesota zone early here in the third. Crowd has been all fired up here. The most time Toronto has led in a game against Minnesota, counting this regular season only. It's a different story year 1. Minnesota winning the season series 4-2. Now Nurse trying to retrieve off the wall. Goes out the other way, Monroe. Jenna Watkins loses it. Now Miller up to Flanagan. Flanagan through traffic once more, looking for the comfort tip in. Talked about it, Becky. What does Jesse Comfort need to do? But now Coyne Schofield, we're going to make this a 1-goal game. 4 of the 6 meetings between these two through the regular season decided by 1 goal, and those multi-goal games were both won by the Frost.
Well, I'll tell you what Jesse Comfort has to do to score is exactly what she has been doing, which is go to the net front. So very effective when she's able to take the shot right. Once more, the Sceptres kept out of the crease that time. Now Fast has to play it up. Malte finds it. Short pass to Spooner. Coyne Schofield looks up ice. Who she got? Petrie's there, but quick stick by Harmon. Gives it back to Malte, and Connors working up the right side. Into the near corner. Back down, Megan Carter. Carter shoots. It's blocked in front. Shishova trying to cut through Sceptres traffic. Katie Knoll. Back to Bapperson. No icing, Sheppers and Shelby. Rubbed out along the wall now. A board battle. Out. No fire by Himlarova, but a heavy hit, and they score! Minnesota make it a 1-goal game. And Katie Knoll. Well, we talked about unlikely heroes for this Minnesota team. Katie Knoll gets on the board, and again, this is his fourth line that gets in on the hunt. Julie Gosling take a stick to the neck on this play as it ensues, but she goes to the bench, and that one kind of took her out of the play. But there's another one-board battle for this line, the line that's really been leading the way for this team. Katie Knoll follows up. This goes out to Himlarova. Katie Knowles follows up and puts that puck in the back of the net.
Another first playoff goal. This time from the Minnesota rookie. So 2 players in their first PWHL playoff game able to get on the board for the Frost. Panic. Sends it down. Now Zumwinkle. Next goal for Minnesota ties this game. Like to do it early here in the third. Thompson. Can't get by Nurse. Now Daniel. There's Sceptres as well with the helper on that one.
Panic with a nice touch through that puck through the neutral zone just to get it in deep.
Monroe. Looking for space on the far side. Watts. Puts it into the zone, and out comes Comfer. Change for the Sceptres. Thompson. Chips it down. Coyne Schofield. Trying to get ahead of Turnbull, who opened scoring in this game back in the first period. Miller to Turnbull. Hensley comes out to play it. Miller once more. Off the wall, Turnbull. And no release.
I think Savannah Harmon was the intended target for that pass, and Turnbull picked it off in the middle of the ice.
Jakes and Coyne Schofield working into the zone fast with the turnover. Settles it back. In control and up this time. Out of reach for Comfer. Icing will be the call.
Well, fast was just a fantastic takeaway, and then ices the puck. Now, we talked about unlikely heroes for this Minnesota team. It's exactly what they got last year in playoffs, as it was Claire Budarak with the overtime winner in Game 4. Sceptres with that nice, nifty little pass between the legs out front. In a game that went to double overtime, just 1-0, low scoring. Sometimes you need those depth players to come up big. Minnesota got it that night.
Still in the Scepter zone. Trying to work it off the wall. Sent down from the point. Shepherd picked up the secondary on that Knoll goal, along with Himlarova, who picked up her playoff first as well. Primary assist. Now Molte. Shields. Can't find room. Up that time to Connors. Taken out by Bookbinder.
Bookbinder with a huge hit on Connors.
Petrie. Digging in once more. Below the goal line. Hensley watching on. Molte to Spooner. Puck trickling towards Hensley. Petrie in control once more. A good clear, Scamora. Out this time to Flanagan. Up ahead for Monroe. Monroe. Stop short along the half wall. There's that pressure from Thompson. Claire Budarak just talked about what she could do as she gets taken down. Solid contact along the wall. All legal here in the PWHL. When done correctly, a hard shot from Woods blocks. Kluga. Trying to get by Thompson. Now Budarak. Carter so effective at dislodging that puck as Fast handles it. Up this time to Watts. Plays it behind the back. Gets it out to Daniel. Daniel putting on some speed. Stopped just shy once more. Channel Watkins coming in. Now Grace Zumwinkle. Drives it herself. Still in control, Zumwinkle. Nurse takes it away. Up this time to Daniel off the skate. Watts on the far side, back out to Daniel. Daniel looks back as Flanagan shoots. Stick saved by Hensley.
Well, they get that chance from a great defensive play. Starts in their own zone. Sarah Nurse comes in from some really good support.
Come for Shields, goes down with McQuigg. Nurse gets the puck out to Flanagan. She's forced to turn back. Pava staying up for the Frost. Monroe taking it down the middle. No room, Steckline. Working it in the corner, or to the wall rather. Back out. Thompson. Her pass to Heisey, a little too hot, played by Campbell. Time winding down here in the third period. Frost able to score one in the third, cut this to a one-goal game. Now Fast comes in. No go, Turnbull. Keeps it in for Toronto. Harmon shoots. Just wide. Spooner from behind the net looking for a wraparound.
Well, the signature move, looking for the Spooner wraparound. And Renata Fast, once again, just breaks the puck out on her own. Takes it from one end to the other. And pretty easy when you can have one person individually break that puck out for your team.
Hensley trying to play it while Malte has other plans. Now Minnesota trying to set up here. Sceptres can't get in ahead of Carter. The puck is stalled and Shepard's got a stick on it. Spooner pushes it to the outside. Malte. Toronto trying to defend their zone as the loose puck skims by once more. Knoll to the point. Jakes near side. Channel Watkins in the slot this time. Knoll. And she gets stripped of the puck by Spooner. And again in the neutral zone. A hard-fought battle here. Shepherds.
Well, Troy Ryan did say this game could be won or lost in the neutral zones. A couple neutral zone turnovers right now for Toronto. Just looking to get to that red line and get pucks in deep.
Budarak and White working in with Shishova. The Sceptres come out of it, not quite, forced to turn back again, Flanagan. Carter to Spooner this time, but up ahead it's Steckline. Steckline with an assist in this game. Handles it with poise. Thompson throws it ahead, and Gosling back out on the ice for the first time since she appeared to take a stick to the neck.
Well, just a smart defensive play. She chipped that puck out into the neutral zone.
Budarak and Steckline. Looking for a clean exit. Channel Watkins. Gosling playing up. Fast back in the neutral zone once more. Campbell will play, but that sets up the Frost here. Zumwickle, quick shot, that one. Had a couple of redirects off bodies. Now Jakes mishandles that. Gosling gets it back, plays it up. Trying to find Daryl Watts. Cava. Getting to work, the Sceptres now. Woods. Trying to shovel it in off the backhand. Harmon gets a touch. Gosling as well. Coyne Schofield in the battle. Cava. On the far wall now, Coyne Schofield. No room to move as Fast. It's her body in position.
Watts with a nice little chip. They needed to get that line change. They were halfway through a change and not the matchup that they wanted against Minnesota's top line.
Fast. Once more. Guiding her team. She'll send it all the way down. Sceptres go for a change. 9:20 to go in the third period.
The distance she must skate in a game with the puck. And she breaks that puck out on her own again.
Himlerova to Batherson. She logs the minutes, she logs the miles. Himlerova and Shepherds down in the offensive zone, but Skamora holding.
That's a smart veteran play. Make sure you don't turn that puck over. Skamora just waits, figures out what's open, and then she makes her play.
Crowd inside Coca-Cola Coliseum just wanting to will this team to another goal right now. Chance to tie it. Budarak coming in for Minnesota. Gets it out. Steckline with the shot. Denied. Petrie far side. Turnbull in her skates. The puck pops out, it's offside. And we have some words coming on as Monroe getting heated with Petrie.
Well, this game gets emotional. 3-2 inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Renata Fast has been so good for this team this game so far. The number of times she's taken the puck from behind her net, lugged it out of the zone, through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone. It's a one-woman breakout right now, not to mention the number of hits she's had, some epic battles with Coyne Schofield. You gotta love those. Those are some of the best you're gonna see in the league. Driving play into the offensive zone, getting shots off. Of course, she has the assist as well. Solid defensive play, so she has just been outstanding, as expected, for this team so far here in Game 1.
Well, Becky Keller, you said it off the top of the game that the best players need to step up. We're seeing the drive as well from Minnesota's captain, but Renata Fast has certainly been the engine behind the Sceptres this season.
She doesn't seem to slow down either, no matter how much ice time she gets.
Flanagan tries to play it up ahead for Daniel. Steckline gets in front. Effective body positioning now. Thompson chips it up, looking for Zumwinkle, who's just out of reach for Panic. Nurse to Daniel. Daniel with the shot. Kept out once more. Daniel coming in this time. Looking for another wave.
Well, why not? Just drive that puck to the net. Izzy Daniel.
It's been a long time since Daniel has scored as well. And her rookie, she has no points against Minnesota. That's her home state as well, from Minneapolis. She'll be going home to play at least in Game 3. Now Miller. Looking around for Turnbull. A big block there.
Oh, that's a huge block. She's dangerous from there. That was a hard shot.
Channel Watkins wants to send it around the end boards. Reversed, now Fast. Still in the offensive zone, Comfort. Across to Harmon. Harmon shoots. Blocked in front once more. Turnbull was there, perhaps looking for a tip-in as well. Savannah Harmon. Looking to get going here is Malte. She looks back. Sees a sea of white jerseys. Now Connors. Spooner. Back out to the outside, Monroe. Sent into the near side. Malte. Trying to find some room, but that's smothering pressure from Heisey and Jakes. Down low. Now Monroe. Back down. One-timer can't fire. Malte. Going all the way down. What a sprawl by Monroe.
Monroe doing everything she can to keep that puck in. Unfortunately, she pushed it with her hand, so that's a hand pass. They're going to have to reset. Troy Ryan made a number of adjustments to his forward lines coming into this game, said he needed more from the group, needed more speed from the group. He's got to be happy with what he's had so far. One of those adjustments was Emma Malte. Put her in the middle. I think she's having a really nice game from that spot. She gets in on the hunt, gets back, plays good defense. She's been good inside the face-off dot as well, so be interesting to see if he leaves her there for Game 2.
Malte, who had 1 goal, 1 assist in last year's semifinal series against Minnesota, went all the way to Game 5. This is Game 1 right now. Toronto trying to hang on to a lead established in the first period. Got all the way up to a 3-0 lead. And Minnesota chipped away. Power play goal by Curl. And a third period goal by Katie Knoll.
Minnesota looking like they're trying to get in behind Toronto's defenders right now. A couple little chip plays as well to look to create some 2-on-1s. Toronto will have to be very aware that they're skating straight lines. And those little chips again to get in behind. So you need support back, support from your high forward as well.
Daniel coming in, drops it off for Watts. She shoots and it just misses once more. the post now. Budarak going to play it up through the neutral zone. Back in the neutral zone, Flanagan. Toronto trying to create some space as time continues to wind down here. Comfort to Miller. Hensley locked in.
Minnesota looked like they were creating a little bit of a push, but Toronto has responded since the last TV timeout with 3 offensive opportunities, really good chances in the zone, so a little bit of pushback as well. You got to wonder if maybe the talk on the bench was that we can't sit back on this, just a 1-goal lead. They had 3 really good scoring chances in the last 5 minutes of play.
Those shots are tied at 6 each here in the third period. 4 minutes, 38 seconds left. Now inside Coca-Cola Coliseum trying to rally this team to a Game 1 win. Watts with a shot, tries to go sharp angle. We've seen her successful from that exact spot.
Well, dating back to NCAA times, she comes around from behind the net. She's looking to catch the goaltender off the post and in the wrong position.
Why not a little deja vu if it works for you? Flanagan. And to work it off the wall with Daniel. Zumwinkle. Goes cross ice. Jakes picks it up from the Minnesota blue line. Sends it in. Flanagan once more. 4 minutes remaining. Toronto scored the first goal of the game just under 12 minutes into the first period. They've held that lead, but it's been 2 straight from Minnesota to chop down the deficit. Now looking to tie it here. Thompson. Stopped short of the red line. From the blue line now, fast. Puts it to the far corner. Comfort looks back up to Harmon. A hard rim down to Turnbull. Turnbull, patient with a shot. It pops up. Trying to stay alive now. They die for it. My goodness, Miller on the doorstep. Now fast. Does it herself. Fast cuts in front. Tries to go backhand, kept out by Hensley.
Well, a couple of really good opportunities for Toronto. A little bit mixed coverage on that last one for Renata Fast, but Blair Turnbull, she wins that battle along the wall. She's looking for a pass. When she realizes she doesn't have one, she just turns and fires that puck to the net. Then there's a scramble. Hannah Miller involved trying to get a stick on that. You know, you got to love when you recognize where that space is. She takes the ice, and then Renata Fast with another chance. Mixed up coverage. She takes the ice as well. She's able to walk that lane and come in on her backhand.
Get ready, approaching the final 3 minutes of this game. It's a best-of-5 series. This is Game 1. And already different, of course, from last year as we expected. We didn't expect the same results, 2 different teams, but it was back-to-back shutouts for the Sceptres, then back-to-back shutouts for the Frost for a Game 5 in this building that went Minnesota's way.
Feels like there's more energy right now with the players. I think they've gotten accustomed to the fact that they go to World Championships, they come back and they play now. You know, they start to adjust to this pro schedule.
Of course, Minnesota staving off elimination 2 straight games. Coming into this wraparound attempt by Connors. Hensley with the eagle eye.
Well, Hensley's locking that post, but that's a couple of times that Toronto's tried the wraparound and a couple of times that they've had this same face-off play. It's a bit of a reverse, so you see Maggie Connors coming from the inside, going outside, and then she's just wrapping that one around, looking. Usually you're going to look back door on that one. She doesn't have anyone back door, so she looks for the wraparound.
And the Sceptres putting on the shots now in the third period, 10-6. Trying to create some more space on the scoreboard. The action back down near Kristen Campbell. She watches on. 37 shots for the Sceptres to 23 so far for the Frost. Minnesota out shooting the Sceptres in the bulk of their games this regular season. Crowd reacting now. Watts comes in.
Channel Watkins was all on her own. Everybody left her, and Malte was on the forecheck.
Scamora flies in as well in blue. Scamora There's a shot that skirts by. Hensley had her eyes on it. Watching now is Shishima trying to work off the wall. Jakes, 2 minutes to go. Minnesota looking to tie this game late in the third. This loose puck in the neutral zone. Nurse shovels it down. Steckline looks back. Going up, Steckline to Thompson. A clean pass, gets it out to Kelly. Panic with the shot. Loose rebound, kept out. Flanagan coming in to help. Now Brooke McQuaig. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Your Steckline from the point. A chance for Minnesota to tie the game. Heisey down to McQuaig. She tries a sharp angle shot. Can't get it off. Now Steckline. Patient to Thompson. Thompson comes in. Blocked in front. Heisey. Quick passes here. Thompson. Back along the right side, going to the top of the circle, down to the goal line. Up to Steckline. Patience, Heisey shoots. Puck pops up, Panic has it. We're in the final minute of play. Well, Turnbull goes to clear. We have an empty net. It is 6-on-5. Zumwinkle down to Thompson. Steckline through the legs now. Heisey. Steckline patient with the shot. It bounces up and out. Stand here for Toronto as Zumwinkle, it's out of reach, but that empty net is there. Will be a clear for Comfort. An icing call, 29 seconds remain.
I don't think that's the shot that Toronto wanted. If you're going to ice the puck when the net's empty, you got to at least be putting it on net to see if you can seal the deal with that fourth goal. They just ice it down, give themselves the icing. You got a tired group of players. Looks like maybe Minnesota's going to call a timeout here. And Toronto did a really good job, though, to stay tight, stay in their defensive coverage. Minnesota working around the outside, trying to get something going, trying to get something in net. Hannah Miller on goal. Hannah Miller with a nice block. Blair Turnbull had come out as well. The defenders doing a nice job in front. So Minnesota trying to make those players move.
Well, how about this? Check out new live episodes of Jocks and Jills with Tessa and Julia after every playoff game. Yes, that includes this one. Catch up on all the action, insight, and more. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and follow them across social media at Jocks and Jills. Jocks and Jills, the official podcast of the PWHL. I'm sure they'll have a lot to say about this one, Becky.
Oh, it's been a good one. You know, just under 30 seconds left, so Minnesota takes the timeout. Understandable, you want to get on the same page. However, that timeout also benefited Toronto as the players that were stuck out on the ice on that icing were tired. They needed the break. They just got that break.
So it'll be Turnbull who opens scoring at the dot here for the Sceptres, but it's 6-on-5 for Minnesota. The Frost making a stand here, trying to tie the game late. Heisey to Zumwinkle. Back up to Jakes. She's patient, looking for a lane. Over to Thompson this time. 16 seconds to go. Jakes through traffic, kept out. Point Schofield trying to get it around. 10 seconds remain. Zumwinkle. A last push here for the Frost. Looking to tie it. 3 seconds to go. Toronto takes down Minnesota. 3-2 in game one. What a game. Just like last time, the Sceptres take game one in this best of 5 against the Frost. Goals by Blair Turnbull, 2 back-to-back by Julia Gosling, a 24-save performance from Campbell. On behalf of Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, our entire production crew, and the PWHL, I'm Daniela Ponicelli. Thanks for joining us. Good night from Toronto.